And guys, let's check out this metal building here. And our client purchased this building back in June. We're doing a free giveaway. Check this out. But most of the process wasn't because of construction, but more because of permitting. And then we also did curbs on this side. We got 10 foot up to the eaves. We got the darker gray, which is like the Quaker gray. The craftsmanship is really, really good on this project. But we did a 1-inch spray foam on this building. Welcome backpack, this is Adbeel from WolfSteel Buildings, and I got a sick building to show you guys, just like the Dream Team would say, or David. And actually, Dream Team did sell this project, so shout out to them because it is a sick building and it's actually very unique, and I wanted to really make sure that you guys check this out. So come, let's get this going. All right, guys, before we tour the metal building, which is always what's exciting, let's talk about the process, what our client went through, in case if you're looking for a metal building, this is probably an experience that you could go through. So we're in a very residential neighborhood, and here definitely we needed permits. We're out here in Benbrook, Texas, about like 15 minutes away from our office in Fort Worth. So it was a very, very local project for us. And our client purchased this building back in June, okay, of last year in 2023. We're already in February, and we recently got this project completed in January. But most of the process wasn't because of construction, but more because of permitting. If I'm not mistaken, it was about two months to 3 months of permitting process. So let's start with what the process entailed. So essentially, we needed to have a driveway up to the new garage. And there was an existing driveway that was there on that side of the property, because before, our client did mention, you know, before there was a garage there, but when they purchased the home had a recent remodel, and it just didn't make sense to have a driveway anymore. So he let us know. We helped him with the demolition. You probably see some pictures. We demolished that driveway, we graded it back in, and we created this new driveway. Check this out. So we did the driveway, we did all the curbs that are required by the city, and then we also did the curbs on this side. So from all the homes, there seems to be each home going into a lower elevation. So all the water is draining here. In this case, that's why we have the curbs. So all the water goes back down to the street and not to basically to the neighborhood. Now, before we tour the metal building, I want to show you guys the concrete work. It's just really, really nice clean broom finish. We do this type of broom finish, and you see it in most driveways. It's really, the reason is it's not slippery. So that's the whole point, is to not make it slippery, like the inside, which is a nice smooth finish, which we're about to show you guys. Guys, let's check out this metal building here. So we got a 25 by 30 long metal building. So 25 is our width, and then 30 is our length. We got 10 foot up to the eaves right here. The pitch is rising to about 3 feet for this, and it is about approximately a 312 pitch for this metal building. Something unique to keep in mind in this is the color scheme that was chosen. I think it looks phenomenal. We got the darker gray, which is like the Quaker gray, or another color name is charcoal. And then we got the taupe trim, which is very similar to kind of like the pebble beige. This is just a really nice, unique color that I really, really love. We haven't been seeing a lot of that. We've been seeing a lot of black and whites, a lot of dark colors, but this is pretty unique, and I really, really like it. And here, this is our tubular models, okay? So this is a tubular metal building. We got the vertical walls. So here, the panels are running up and down. And you know that in tubular, you can select up and down, or you could select horizontal. Horizontal is a little bit more on the cost-effective side, and vertical is our upgraded version, so it looks spectacular. We also have our gutters that we installed on our building. Again, for our tubular buildings, we do use the aluminum gutter system. And if you look at the top, how it connects, it looks extremely good. The craftsmanship is really, really good on this project. And then also something extra that we do is we put the base trim on our metal buildings. If you see that in our projects, we make that standard. You don't really see it often on other projects. And check this out. So this is, again, this is 25 wide, okay? So a lot of our clients sometimes ask, you know, how many cars can you fit inside a garage, or what size is recommended? Well, if you check this out, we're in Texas, so here our client definitely rides a big truck. like Eric would say, a big Texas truck.
Or for your big Texas lifted truck.
And so we got a Ram, and this is 25 wide, so technically you can fit 2 cars. And our client was mentioning, like, I didn't think it was gonna be that big, and definitely he's like, yeah, it's actually pretty spacious, and I can actually fit 2 cars. And the way I like to kind of explain when I'm talking to clients or someone that's interested in a metal building is, like, typically like a parking lot is like 9 to 10 feet wide. So, you know, if you can basically put 2 cars in a 20-foot wide, 25 feet wide, gives you a little bit more space. So check this out. He's got like a storage racks here, and then he still can open his door comfortably. And then on this side, he can definitely open his door. He can still park another small vehicle on this side. So you can see that with 25 wide, he's able to fit 2 vehicles pretty comfortably. Now, let's talk about the spray foam on this project. So we did a 1-inch spray foam on this building. So it's super clean, super nice. And on top of that, it's painted white. So our client actually painted it himself. He said, I went to a Home Depot and I rented a sprayer and got the paint, and I painted it. Yeah, and he said it took him about 2 to 3 hour work. So our client actually ran their electrical as well, and they ran it along our Girts. So if you've been watching our channel, I mentioned when you do a tubular metal building, you can get a horizontal walls where the panels are running horizontally. The disadvantage of getting that is that you don't get any Girts. So basically Girts mean you don't get any framing in between each stud, like right here. On the vertical walls, you actually do get the framing that comes, you know, to support and be able to bolt the panels. It actually adds even more strength to the building because now, you know, it gives extra strength so the columns do not buckle or do not move around. So it does strengthen your building better. And it adds this Girts to be able to run your conduits through it and run all your electrical. And as you can see, he's got all these in the boxes here, and it looks a lot more cleaner. If you had horizontal walls, you probably would have to run it through your panels, but I'm not recommended. You also might have to basically put some sort of wood studs or something else. So keep that in mind. That's why I recommend the upgrade to the vertical, so you can run your electrical around it. I actually didn't mention how much, like it bonds, the spray foam bonds to the panel, and when I was outside, I was pounding on the panels, and it gives it a lot more extra strength. Something to really keep in mind is that spray foam actually makes your building stronger too. So it's a super solid building. I wanted to show you guys the UFO lights because we don't offer electrical, but we're here and I really want to show you guys the UFO lights because they're very, very popular. Let me close the door. By the way, we installed the overhead door too. But we're inside, it's already like 5 p.m. It's a little dark outside, And these UFO lights, they really brighten very well in here. I can see why he put the UFO, in case he had the doors open, they're not hitting on the UFO or covering the light of that. But he put 4 UFO lights and it brightens pretty good here. And there's still some light outside, so at night, I'm pretty sure it stays pretty bright and lighted up here. You can basically find UFO lights pretty much anywhere online, even at Home Depot. And let's check out a little bit of this overhead door. So this is a 18 wide by 8 foot tall overhead door. Keep in mind for heights again, for entrance, actually you can fit 2 cars with an 18 wide. I mean, you can tell from this. As well as the 8 foot tall, you know, it clears the truck. So it just depends how tall your truck is, especially if you're in Texas. Keep that in mind, to measure up to it and to really determine, you know, the height. What I like about overhead doors is that it does basically clear most of of that height. And also check out our concrete notch detail. So any water that's outside trying to come in just won't come in. We got about 1.5 inch notch detail that we did around it. It's super, super effective and clean. I want to remind you guys, pay attention to how you do your concrete to make sure that no water is seeping in. It's extremely important, and I keep hearing stories out there of not doing this type, especially for your overhead doors or roll-up doors. That's where, you know, you have some water that could seep in, and it's just, you know, why do you want a metal building with water coming in, right? So that's something to keep in mind. Let's go outside and finish this off. So actually, this is also our steel door, okay? The tubular industry offers standard mobile home doors, and they are a little bit more on the cost-effective side, and they actually sit on top of a base rail. So typically they would sit at maybe about 3 inches above, you know, above the ground or above the concrete. The steel doors actually flush to the concrete, so that's just something to keep in mind. You know, when you see mobile home door, they are a little bit more different than these upgraded steel skin doors, insulated interior. Something to keep in mind. This is a really nice heavy duty door. And over here we did a nice little sidewalk that curves and walks up to our client's home. You know, just little details like that. Don't forget to keep those in mind, especially depending on how the grade of your property is. If you have multiple doors, you have to keep in mind whether you're gonna need some stairs or you're gonna need an approach up to any of your service doors or roll-up doors or overhead doors. For example, if you guys come back out here, well, here you really can't see because there's not much off, but normally if you have like your concrete sitting pretty high up, especially here, we already did an approach up here, but if you had a door on the other side and the grade was low by like, you know, 10 to 20 inches, you kind of want a stairs, or do you want an approach to be able to get inside? So keep those things in mind when knowing about the door selection, to add some little details to your concrete work to make it feasible to access your property or your metal building. All right, guys, before we end this video, we're doing a free giveaway. And all you have to do is tell us how many windows does this metal building have. So comment down below and we're gonna give away a free hoodie. And you're also seeing a little bit of a clip of that hoodie. So don't wanna miss out. All you gotta do is comment down below. Tell us how many windows does this metal building have. And guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video. We're gonna be doing more videos like this where we visit our existing clients, check out what they're doing. That way it gives you more ideas on what you can do with the metal building, how you can finish it off, how are they using it, that can give you guys inspiration and ideas. And that's our 2024 goals for our YouTube channel. So stay tuned, guys. And if you have any suggestions how we can improve, leave them in the comments, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.